Maintaining a blast head that's been in operation for a while can be a little bit challenging because over time the blast medias and the water, they tend to gum up all the threads, and it kind of gums up the nozzle on the inside, and it can actually restrict and block the flow of media and water that you need for your next job. So this is a blast head that I used several weeks ago, and I just threw it in my truck and moved on, and now I'm going to pay the price because this thing is all gummed up and it's not looking very good. So what I need to do is just take it apart and clean it for my next job. So a couple tools you're going to need to maintain these things, to clean it out, is first of all, it's nice to have a crescent wrench so it can untwist the valve. It's nice to have a utility knife so that we can cut this hose off the barb, because those are awful difficult to get off sometimes too. And then finally what you're going to need is a couple pipe wrenches so that we can unthread the blast head from the lance. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to check the media input that here to make sure that we don't have any kind of restriction in the line. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this thing off like that, and the hose is off. So what you can do now is you can take your bottle brush that comes in the kit, and you can kind of inspect this system a little bit and run it into the valve body to make sure you get all of the blast media out of there. And in this case it feels pretty good. We've got that cleaned out. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to untwist the tungsten cone from the body so that I can take a look inside and tap out the nozzle tip that's located right in here. So what I'll do now is I'll just take a pipe wrench and just undo this. I usually don't tighten these up very tight because they're a pain to get off. There you go. So I got that undone, and I can unscrew this thing right now, and you can see that it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad, but I do have a lot of the old media just still hanging around here. So what you can do here is you could probably take a steel brush and clean it up a little bit, and that'll take care of that. So I might even, the brush is just enough. The brush is also just enough to fit through the tungsten cone. So if you want to clean it out that way, you can do that also. So this looks pretty good. Now the next thing I'm going to need to do is take the valve body off of the lance. So again, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use my pipe wrench to undo that, and hopefully it's not too tight on there so I can get this thing off. Let me try it one more time here. There you go. Let me see. All right. That didn't work. Let me see this. Okay, so the next thing to do now is I need to take off the valve body from the lance in order to clean out the nozzle tip, or to change it out if I need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pipe wrench and try to put it onto the end here, try to get a good bite to where I can twist this thing off. And there you go, I got it. A lot of times when you're working out in the field, you're going to have to back this up with another pipe wrench. But in this case I didn't have it very tight because I have to do this often to clean these things out. So if you do it out in the field, you would start with something like this. You'd have a pipe wrench here to hold it in place. You take another pipe wrench here and just back it off until keep twisting until you can break the to where you can break the tension. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to untwist this from the lance like so. And here's where all the problems are. It may be difficult to see this, but there's a lot of black gunk in here, water. It's looking pretty bad. So what I really need to do here is I need to pop out that